Hey everybody, welcome back to the Firefighters Chalkboard, where lessons are learned, legacies are passed down, and the job gets real. I'm your host, Uncle Wayne, a training officer, fire service lifer, and student of the craft just like you. Now, today's going to be a fast one, but a big one. We're talking about what it really means to be a fire service instructor, and why you're not just a teacher, you're a mentor. Other words, what I had an old guy tell me a long time ago, you're the torchbearer. That means you're shaping the future. You're spreading the light, whether you signed up for the responsibility or not. So let's pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, maybe an energy drink, and let's get into it. So let's look with the basics. What is an instructor? I'm not talking about the technical term, the Webster's definition, anything like that. I mean, a lot of times we think of an instructor means they're standing in front of the classroom with a PowerPoint and a pointer. That's nothing but delivery. Really think about it. Instruction is the connection. It's being able to translate all the years of blood, sweat, tears, smoke, everything else, experiences, into something that sticks with the people we're trying to put that message to. Being a great instructor means we understand the technical as well as the human sides of the job. We also got to understand that everybody learns different ways. We've got to be able to adapt. A big thing we got to remember is teaching is just as much about trust as it is about tactics. Let me say this. Being an instructor is not about being the smartest person on the scene. It's about being the person that is the most invested in others. I remember one of my very first training officers, Captain Tweet Brady. He was a gruff guy, had scars all over his knuckles, but man, when that guy spoke, you learned something. Not because he was smart, but because you knew he cared. He cared about you. He cared about how good you understood the material. He wanted you to be successful. He didn't want you just to learn how to pull a line. He wanted you to understand why it mattered. And he was the only guy that I knew that could incorporate a live burn into a CPR class. Because victims need CPR, so let's have a live fire and act like we got victims. If anybody ever knows or ever had anything to do with tweets, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, the guy could do anything and get a live fire out of it. Here's the kicker. Most of us become instructors after years of doing this job. But teaching it, that's a whole different skill set. When you start understanding truly what it means, it's not about getting it done. It's about helping others get it done the right way. And that requires us to have patience. It requires us to have structure. We have to have the ability to step back and let somebody else take the nozzle. Think of it, in the aspects of you're not the hero anymore. You're the guy that's got the hand on their shoulder. And that transition can be tough, but it's one that has to be done. Let me take 30 seconds to talk to the new instructors out there. If you're stepping into that instructor role, give yourself some grace. Please, I will say it again. Give yourself some grace. You're going to mess up. You're going to talk too much on some stuff. You're going to talk not enough on others. It's okay. Every time you show up, you are making a difference. You're making a difference in the education. You're making a difference in their lives, and you're making a difference in yourself. You'll learn 100 times more about this job by teaching than you will by listening. Kudos to you for stepping up. It's okay. I screw up on a daily basis. I learn from it, I get better, and I move on. Now let's dig into what I think is the heart of this episode. Mentorship. Instruction without mentorship is nothing but information. We really, really need to get into the aspects of mentoring our people better. Mentorship is whenever we stay after class when you pull somebody aside and say, hey, how are you really doing with this? Is it clicking? Do we need to do more? Are you okay? It's when you check in after their first structure fire and ask what'd you feel? Not just what you saw. How did you go? How did you do? Let them know you're proud of them. You're still investing in them. That's huge to them. Being a mentor means that you take the time and you be humble enough and honest enough to can't even talk. Share your failures, not just your wins. It lets them know you're real. You're just like them. Give feedback, but also let them ask questions. Hold your people accountable. That's really important, but never leave them behind. Think back for a second. Who mentored you? What did they do that stuck with you? I bet it wasn't a classroom lecture. It was more than likely probably a conversation in the bay on the front bumper. Somebody that was really calm during a bad call. You got this. Somebody that you knew was in your corner. So let's take just a second and put some real life into this. I reached out to a few people in my department, some old people I'd met in different places across the state and some out of state, and I asked them, I said, who was the mentor for you? What did they teach you? I got a lot of different responses. Gave me a lot of reflection about what happened to me in the past. Who really stood out in my life? I've still got one of my mentors right now. After 28 years, me and this guy are still talking on a weekly basis, having lunch every so often. He's still dropping knowledge to me. The guy's been gone. He's still playing around in the fire department, but he's not a boss anymore. But he still hasn't quit being a mentor. That's what I'm talking about. It's a lifelong thing. One of the biggest things sometimes as a mentor is knowing that you don't have to say anything. Sometimes the people we are mentoring just need us there so they can listen. Everybody's got problems. Everybody has frustrations. They don't always need answers. Sometimes they just need an ear. It's not always about tactics. Sometimes it's just being there. That's what makes instructors into mentors, having an understanding of that. Sometimes it's just about being there and being for them. This can't never be a one-person job. We have got to build cultures of mentorship. Whole departments that believe in growing people, not just testing them. That means we got to give space for new firemen to ask questions. Encourage our senior firemen to step up and lead. Protecting the integrity of our learning process. No shaming, no hazing, just guidance. We've got enough broken traditions in the fire service. Let's build some better ones. Here's my call to my senior guys. If you've got 10, 15, 20 years on the job and you're not mentoring somebody, that is a missed opportunity. Your knowledge is a gift. Pass it on to somebody. Invest in them. So let's get tactical. If you're stepping into the role of an instructor or mentor, or you want to get better, here's some things you can do, and it can start today. Start with trust. Create a space where people aren't afraid to fail. If you take and fail and make an acronym out of it, first attempt in learning. One thing we always used to say, we still say it, on the training ground you can have unlimited, unrepeatable mistakes, but it's okay to get it wrong. That's where we are, it's where we need to be. If we're going to get it wrong on the training ground. Keep it simple. Don't overteach your people. Do one lesson at a time. Get that one going good, then move to the next one. One big thing is learn to ask and not tell. Let your firefighters think, not just repeat what's on your mind. Be available for your people. Sometimes mentorship, the best one to happen, the best opportunities is not while we're on duty. Check in on your people often. Not just about their performance, but their mindset. How's their morale? How are they growing? Are they, hitting the expectations they've got for themselves? If not, how can you be there to help? Being an instructor means stepping up. Being a mentor means showing up. And if you're doing both, you're not just training firemen. You're building a fire family that lasts long after the tones go off. Thanks for spending some time with me today on the chalkboard. If you found value in this, like it, share it with your crew, share it with your training division, somebody just starting out. Just help pass the word. We're all in this together. Check this out on Spotify. Leave us a review. It helps more than you'll know. If you want to get up with me directly, the easiest way to get a hold of me is reach me on email, thefirefighterschalkboard@gmail.com. Until next time, be safe, be sharp, be somebody worth following. This is Uncle Wayne signing off saying, I'll see you back later at the chalkboard.